So, welcome back. Good to be with everyone again. And if this week's episode had a theme song, it might be "Why Do You Have to Make Things So Complicated" by Avril Lavigne. I'm always amazed at our interactions and how easy they can be, how genuine they can be if we're just honest and open, and then how complicated things become when people don't care. And I think that's the thread: is do we care? Do we have empathy for others? Let me give you an example of some recent interactions and experiences I've had with retail experiences or customer service experiences that really two organizations and how they separate themselves. Recently it was my daughter's birthday. Big fan of cookies, as is my wife. And Susie said, we should get Gina these cookies. This new cookie chain opened up near us, and I'll protect the name to not assassinate them and their reputation. But this cookie company opened up with a new chain here in Pittsburgh. And they're supposed to be these incredible cookies, and they're huge. They're like this big, but they're like $4 a piece. And at $4 a cookie, you better bring your A game, right? It better be an experience. The cookie better taste great. People better treat me well. I'm not used to spending $4 a cookie, especially for an experience like this one. We showed up, and there was a line outside the door, and I pull up, and I'm like, what is this? I'm not waiting in line for cookies, right? Especially because there's rain coming and heavy dark shadow or clouds over us. And I put down my window. I said, excuse me, miss. And there was a young lady working out front. I said, how long do you think this line will take? And she looked at me a little irritated by my question and said, I don't know, like 10 or 15 minutes. And I said, oh, okay, thanks. So we decide we're going to suck it up for 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to test the system here. So we park, I get in line. She was accurate. It took us about 12, 13 minutes in line. Not too bad. We get up to the front door. I asked her a question about the experience and how you order or whatever. And she was almost irritated that I was asking her questions. Now remember, I'm about to spend $4 a cookie, and you can't answer a question about how the experience is going to work. I'm getting a little frustrated. So we go inside and we order our cookies, and at the end they, flip the thing over asking for their tip, because I guess I owe a tip. And in there it says, do you want to earn rewards points? Enter your phone number. So I type in my phone number, and I forgot a digit. So I entered 9 digits instead of 10 for my phone number. The girl flips it, and I was like, hold on, I missed a digit. She went, oh, okay, well, sorry. I said, well, is there any way we could fix that? She said, no. I paused, I looked, and she turned around and started talking to one of her coworkers. I said, so we're okay with just no being the answer. No is a good answer for you on this one. And she looked at me and she thought I was kidding. I said, I'm not kidding. Like, you're okay just saying no to me. I just spent $45 on cookies. And you're okay saying no. And she said, there's nothing I can do. So was there a manager that can do something? And she said, no. I said, this place doesn't have a manager. You're telling me no one's in charge. And she said, well, there's, whatever the girl's name was. She comes up. She said, you could call the number and they might help you. I said, I think we're good. This is going to probably be a one-time experience. I don't need to call the number and get my loyalty points. So she ended up fixing it, getting my loyalty points and everything. But why? Why did it have to be so complicated? Why did it have to be so complicated for me as a consumer to have a great experience? Because again, you're not going to buy $4 cookies on a regular basis if the experience isn't great. And that's, for those of us selling experiences, selling so much of what we sell, it's about the experience as much as it is the product, I think. And if we want to be that low-cost provider, well, you can get away selling whatever it is. Think of paper towels. Some of us might want to pay more money for Bounty, where others might be happy to buy the generic brand, thinking, I'm just wiping up spills, right? It's a paper towel. It's a commodity. There's no reason for me to spend more money. But if you're selling a service or a product, or you represent a firm that isn't the low-cost provider, that doesn't want to be a commodity, that doesn't want to be the black and white generic label, you might need to create an experience. And that experience isn't created when you say no to someone. It's not created when you just tell somebody, can't help you. That's our policy, right? Experiences are created when we care. When people know that you care, when people know that you're willing to invest for them and go an extra mile for them, that's when we create experiences. We create experiences for people. Usually experiences they're willing to pay more for when we connect with people versus just delivering a product. Let me give you another example. My father-in-law, as I've mentioned with you guys in the past, he's been going through some health issues. We brought him home in hospice last week, entering his final days. And as a result of that, we had to cancel a vacation. So we called the company and we're like, hey, not sure we're going to be able to go on vacation because this is coming up. And I called them a few weeks back. And they're like, don't worry, take care of your family, we'll make it right. So I called them again as we were coming into these last few days. And I was like, hey, we have to cancel because we don't know what's going on. There's no way we're going to be able to take this trip and everything. They're like, don't worry, we're going to make it right. And my personal representative or whatever, she said, I'm going to cancel this for you. I'll get you your credit back. She called me the next day. She said, Bill, I hate making this phone call. My bosses won't let me cancel the trip. There's nothing we can do. It's too close to the trip. You know, we can't rent out the room, you know, the house again or whatever it is. She said, they told me you could give the trip away or we'll extend it for you to take it by the end of September. And I said, yeah, neither one of those work for me. There's no way I can give away a trip next week to someone, and there's no way my family can use this trip by the end of September. We're in a bad place, and I'm really disappointed in your organization for not thinking of us and helping us, especially since 2 weeks ago you told me, take care of my family, you're going to make it right. And she said, I'm so sorry. She said, I don't think there's anything else I can do. I've been fighting all day for this. I said, I appreciate you, but let your bosses know how disappointed I am in your company. I got a phone call back from her 1 hour later. She said, I figured it out. I said, what did you figure out? She said, I'm going to do this with the dates, and then I'm going to be able to refund this to you, and it's going to be right. She said, just ignore the emails that come from me over the next couple of days. She said, because I'm working it out. She said, but I'm going to be able to get you a full refund, not a credit, a full refund. Why? She did her job. She asked her boss. They said no. She told me I did everything I could. She stuck with it. She stuck with it because she cared. She realized that doing business with them, and they're a premium brand, by the way, and she realized that doing business with a premium brand shouldn't be complicated. It should be easy. It should be an experience. We should know that someone cares about us more than they care about their policies. And would somebody say that about you today? Do you care more about the people that trust you? Do you care more about the people you get to service and work for than you do about the policy or the bounds of your job? Right? Because you can do your job and still not create joy for someone else. You can do your job, fulfill the parameters of your job, and not put someone else first. Are we creating experiences? And something I know I need to think about, because I don't want to be somebody that goes through the motions. I don't ever want somebody to say about us here at the Tellerico Group that we're hard to work with. I don't ever want somebody to say, I'm not sure they care more about me than they care about themselves. I'd be mortified if that's the reputation I was putting into the market, if that's the reputation I was passing on for my children, and if that's what I was creating as a brand for those people that work here with us and all the teammates we have here. I think that people deserve more. So, that's my question this week is, do we make it complicated or do we make it really easy and clear to see how much we care and how willing we are to work harder to create great experiences for someone else? So thanks for being with us. Look forward to being with you again next week. As always, take care. God bless. Have a great week.